अगर आप किसान हो ना तो आपको रिस्पेक्ट नहीं मिलेगा। आपके रॉ मटेरियल से सब कुछ बनता है, आपके रॉ मटेरियल से पिज्ज़ा बनता है, आपके रॉ मटेरियल से बर्गर बनता है, लेकिन एक किसान जो है वो डोमिनोज में जा करके पिज्ज़ा नहीं खा सकता है।
There is this huge gap that what farmer is getting and what we are paying. There must be something which is going on that somebody else is getting very rich in between.
If we actually want to improve the current situation of farmer, we all need to work as an ecosystem. I remember teaching of my professors, if you don't want to see your children facing the same problem which your parents have faced, somebody has to solve that problem.
मेरे दादाजी किसान थे। कभी कभी पापा अपनी कहानी बताते थे कि मैं पैदल ही बलिया तक 14-15 किलोमीटर जा करके सरकारी स्कूल में पढ़ा।
My father is a government servant. I've lived mostly a very comfortable life. But that I realized later on in my life. I could understand the salary that he had and the responsibilities that he had. So they were not exactly matching. So he was putting in a lot of effort to make ends meet. But I didn't feel it. He helped me understand that it's not always a good idea to stay in your comfort zone. So he always used to push me harder.
My dad was a jute trader, so basically he used to supply jute bags to various rice mills. This was mostly when I was like 1 or 2 years old, and this was maybe 200 square feet kind of house. We had like one room and one hall. Entrepreneurship side of things I learned from my dad. So I've seen him grow from maybe earning 100 rupees to almost a very decent size of income. I realized there's a lot of friction in that particular area, and the same friction exists across almost every commodity in the agri space. During my childhood, I've seen the struggle, what my father had faced, and I wanted the same thing is what BIJAK is trying to solve, trying to find trustworthy counterparties on the BIJAK platform.
My grandfather is still a farmer. He still holds a small land. Parents, although they were not earning much, they were managing somehow. Almost 50% of his salary would go only into our tuition fee and coaching fee. This was the reason I was staying almost 20 kilometers away from school. There were 3 autos I have to change every day to go to school and come back. These were kind of difficulties which I saw my parents suffering throughout their life. It wasn't easy at that point of time. I realized that this is the same problem they are still facing. They are growing the same commodity again and again, even after realizing that they are not getting good price. But they are not trying to experiment new thing because it would be a huge hit for them financially if things don't succeed. I realized that their major problem was they were not able to figure out what markets would actually suit for their commodity. And the other problem was, since all of this crop was getting supplied on credit, they were not getting payments on time. The third and last problem was they were still trying to use their ancestors' method to do business. And that was a time when I made a firm decision. Agri would be my domain. I am going to do something for India. And this is a problem which I actually want to solve.
BIJAK is a one-stop agriculture marketplace where sellers and buyers can find trustworthy, transparent, reliable counterparties. We transact more than 150 crores on a monthly basis. Farmer is very street smart. He knows, yes, I'm going to produce all this stuff. But are you able to connect him to the end buyers? It's not just giving the contact, but can you give him trustworthy, reliable buyers?
We want to create trust among people we want to make them accountable, and in the end we want to increase that realized price for each of the stakeholders.
In the past 10-20 years, a lot of farmers had experimented. They tried to deal with new buyers. Likewise, if I go back to my father also, he tried to deal with new rice buyers across other states, and then it never fructified. It ended up making losses, or there were a lot of deductions happening. So at a BIJAK, we have a huge data pool of all the transactions and various characteristics, so that in any kind of seller, whether it's a farmer or a trader or an aggregator, can find more metadata information of the counterparty and then trade with each other in a very seamless way. He was one of the first farmers that we onboarded on the BIJAK platform, helped him sell his commodity all the way to a trader who eventually exported it to the US market. So he was able to generate good amount of profits on his particular trade. His smile seems to be extremely genuine, so I believe this would be a happy customer.
The next 500 million people who are going to get access to internet, most probably the basic threshold is not going to be only convenience apps. So that is where we think startups like BIJAK can play a great role, and that is going to be a major driver to actually increase the pace of adoption for all those 500 million people.
हमारे 6 लाख जो गांव हैं हिंदुस्तान के अंदर और हमारे 56 करोड़ जो किसान भाई हैं, उनके तक ये मैसेज पहुंचे। उनके तक ये मैसेज जब पहुंचेगा, जब वो जानेंगे कि बीजक क्या है, बीजक कैसे काम कर रही है, और ये हमारे अकेले के करने से नहीं होगा। इसको सॉल्व करने के लिए जितने ज़्यादा एंटरप्रेन्योर्स आएंगे, जितनी ज़्यादा एंटरप्रेन्योरल स्किल डेवलप होगी हमारे नेशन के अंदर, उतना बेहतर और उतना मजबूत नेशन हम एग्रीकल्चर के अंदर बना सकते हैं।
This is high time that the youngsters of India, they take up the initiative. They become job creators instead of job seekers. Like India deserves this now.
If you are becoming an entrepreneur, you get that opportunity right away to solve that. Now it depends on you to organize that in priority list. It needs to be addressed right away, and you are the right person to do that.
किसी के पिताजी किसान होते हैं, किसी के पिताजी IAS होते हैं, किसी के पिताजी व्यापारी होते हैं। तो जिसके पिताजी किसान होते हैं वो छुपा लेता है कि अगर मैं अपना बताऊंगा, फैमिली बैकग्राउंड बताऊंगा, तो कहीं मेरे और मेरे दोस्तों के बीच में कोई वो दरार ना आ जाए, सोशियो इकोनॉमी का एक बैरियर ना आ जाए। तो ये जो लाइन खींची है, जो खाका खींचा हुआ है, मैं उस खाके को खत्म करना चाहता हूँ। शायद मेरी जनरेशन तो नहीं, लेकिन हो सकता है कि मेरी आने वाली जनरेशन जो है ये इस चीज़ को सुधार सके।